Prince. I grew up in a small village in Africa, where stories of the wicked prince were common. They said he ruled a nearby kingdom with an iron fist, feared by everyone. No one dared to cross him, and if you did, you'd regret it. One evening, I was walking home from the market. The sun was setting, and shadows stretched across the dirt path. I heard whispers in the air, stories of the prince's cruelty. They said he captured anyone who dared to speak against him. I brushed it off as just tales to scare children. As I turned a corner, I noticed a group of men huddled together, their faces pale. One man, Mosi, looked up and saw me. "You shouldn't be out here alone," he warned. "The prince is in a bad mood tonight." "Why?" I asked, curious. "They say he's been hunting for someone who insulted him. He won't stop until he finds them," Mosi replied, his voice shaking. I felt a chill run down my spine but shrugged it off. I was used to tales of fear. As I continued home, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. The air felt heavy, and I heard the distant sound of drums. It was unusual for that time of night. I quickened my pace, eager to get home. When I reached my village, I saw a crowd gathered in the square. They were whispering anxiously, their eyes fixed on a lone figure standing on a platform. It was the prince himself, dressed in dark robes, his face hidden under a hood. The people were silent, too scared to speak. The prince raised his hand, and the crowd fell even quieter. "I know one of you has insulted me," he shouted, his voice booming. "You will pay for your disrespect." I felt my heart race. I had heard stories of people being taken away for less. Suddenly, a woman stepped forward, trembling. "It was me, my prince," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I meant no harm." The prince's eyes glinted with anger. "You will pay for your words," he declared, and the crowd gasped. Before anyone could react, he ordered his guards to take her away. I watched as they dragged her, kicking and screaming, into the darkness. The drums grew louder, echoing through the village. The prince turned to the crowd, his gaze piercing. "Let this be a lesson to all of you. Speak against me, and you will suffer." With that, he disappeared into the night, leaving us in stunned silence. I couldn't sleep that night. The woman's cries echoed in my mind. I knew the prince was wicked, but seeing him in person made it real. The next morning, I learned that no one had seen the woman since. Some said she was taken to the prince's castle, never to return. From that day on, I was more cautious with my words. The stories of the wicked prince were no longer just tales. They were a warning. I often wondered if I would be next or if anyone would ever stand against him. But deep down, I knew the answer. In a world ruled by fear, silence was the only way to survive.